Hello, let's get started. We are going to keep this short and sweet and dial in on what we need to dial in on. The SPY has absolutely ravaged. If you go back to the post that we were making in October of last year, we talked about a target of 470 plus on the SPY by March of this year. We have absolutely demolished that target, hitting as high as 491 today for all-time highs, and we are nearly the end of nearly in the end of January. So we are about 2 months ahead of target. Those options trades, for example, our SPY. We had the 440 and the 470 call. We still have this 440 call is the one I still am holding. We're up 229%. We had this at the end of September. This was a phenomenal swing trade. As you can see, we caught pretty much the whole move, the whole way up on this thing. Just unbelievable trade, unbelievable profits so far, and we're going to keep this thing rolling. So I did scale out of the 470s as we got in the money on those because I didn't want to take any risks. But again, phenomenal trade. We absolutely crushed it. Let me make this a little bigger for you so you can see that we hit 229% on this. It was up another 6% today. Going to get ready to start scaling out of this since we have hit all-time highs. We're going to let it ride just a little bit. As always, you want to maximize your profits, but you want to minimize your risk. So you want to make sure that we don't hold this too long and get beat to death. So either way, phenomenal profit, phenomenal trade. Absolutely crushed. Very, very satisfied with it. And going forward, I think that we are going to see some nice returns on that in the next month or so for the little bit that are going to hold. So targets on the SPY going forward. Let's talk day trades. Tomorrow, I really expect for us to continue the momentum that we see here. Buyers are strong. And again, this is a new high, new all-time high, which means that no one knows where this price is going. So more than likely, this is just going to continue to the upside, at least for a little while. Much like you saw with NVIDIA, there is no top, there is no bottom. There's just new price discovery, and that's what this is in right now. SPY is in a mode of price discovery and is currently pricing in forward earnings for all the big tech companies that are carrying the weighted S&P, which are at this point a large portion of it. I want to say that nearly 20% of the earnings that will relate to the SPY are going to come through this week. So also make sure to check out our weekly earnings streams. We're going to have one tomorrow after hours. We're going to have another one Thursday for all the big names: Google, Meta, Amazon. We are going to be trading those earnings live and giving you the play-by-play so you know exactly how to trade them. I'm going to put a link at the bottom. If you're new, just type new in the chat. If you haven't created your free account yet, go to that link below and do that. It will pay you dividends with the watch list alone. Don't be stupid. Take advantage of the free stuff. So start thinking of your tickers for smash or pass. Now we're going to go into the SPY. We're going to talk NVIDIA. Then we're going to talk Apple and Tesla. And then we're going to go into our smash or pass stream where we have about 10 tickers already loaded up. And I want you guys to come in and put the ones out there that you want us to look at. And that's in that little segment. All we're doing is saying whether or not it's time to go long on those trades. It's a quick 2-second yes or no. And then we keep it moving. The real Chen, I got you, brother. I'm going to go into that when we cover Tesla. We'll talk about that, and I'll answer your question, but let's dive into it. So looking at the SPY here again, Blue-Sky Breakout. We're going to turn Stocks Buddy off for a minute just to minimize some of the noise. New high today. So what do we expect into tomorrow? Well, it's quite simple. Since we are breaking out here, we want to be very careful in how we trade this, but we can expect an open. We want to see if we see it open above 490, so right around here. If we see it open above 490, here's what we want to do. We want to be looking at how much does the SPY typically move on days like this? Well, you can look at 486, 489, that's $3. Today it moved from 487 to 491, that's $4. So I would say anywhere between $3 and $4. So what we'll be doing at open is watching for an open right about where we're closing. We want to see it open just a little above or right at where we're opening. And we will be looking at a $3 strike up. So we're going to go back to our options chain. And we're going to go to this. Share this tab instead. So we're going to be looking at, let's go February 18th, 16th, which will put us 18 days out. We're currently trading at about 491. Where we want to be is at oh, wow, I bet those crush. Mike, I'd love to see what those are up right now. We talked the bullish scenario was 489 calls. Those are in the money, so that must have paid handsomely for those of you that have been following the stream. So if we go a little riskier and we go the 494 calls, I think those will work. So again, to go back to the SPY chart, what we're looking at is for this to open between 490 and 491. We will be opening up the 494 calls. Those are dated for February 16th. We will be looking for a $2 to $3 move to the upside, and then we will scale out for profit. How do you know that it's opening at that price? Well, that first 30-minute candle, you want to make sure that first 30-minute candle closes above that 490 right here. So let me get rid of this. So that's what we want to make sure is that when this opens, right? So when this candle opens up, oh, why isn't it doing what I wanted to do? This is going to be a lot bigger than a normal candle, right? But let's say it wicks down to 490. That's not doing what I want it to do. Whatever. The candle opens up and closes above that. That's how you know. I mean, if the first candle pushes up to 493, 494, I would say you can go to the 15-minute and you can still get a pretty good readout. So you want to see that first candle open up and test that support, or just simply move to the upside. This will be kind of a quick trade. So I'd say for more skilled traders, you want to get in. Again, that was the 494 call dated February 16th. Trade that to the upside. To the downside, which I don't think we're going to see, but let's play it out anyway. I think that we could see a quick push it open. And then if we come down and we violate 490, if we come to 489 or so, I would say that we could trade the 488. There isn't much on the bone there. I would say 488 put. I wouldn't even really trade the downside unless we break 487. So if we come down and we break 487 and we get confirmation, right, that this candle closes on the 15 or 30 minute, this candle closes below this 487, I would trade down to the 484, which means I would go to puts, same expiration. We would look at the 484 put, which is priced at about $219. That's personally what I would trade if you get that move. Once again, we want to see the SPY open with a little push and then a sell-off, and we want to see it come below 490 and change. Then we want to see it come below 487. If it breaks below 487, that's going to make a ton of money. So that's your bull and your bear on the SPY. Very simple, very straightforward this week. There's only the two. Moving on. So we're going to go into NVIDIA here. One of my favorite trades that we've ever taken, because I made like, I don't know, almost 100 grand, I think, on this one trade. NVIDIA paid us handsomely. We absolutely nailed this trade. We bought it at about $150 to $200 a share. We were buying this. It's 4x, 5x what we bought it. NVIDIA, as far as going forward, again, Blue-Sky Breakout. We talked about this quite a bit. We're going to go a little deeper here and go to the daily at least. We put our targets as such, right? So we blasted through these targets. More than likely, we're going to hit 650 or so, come down. I think we'll find some support and consolidate around 570 before we eventually make that leg up to 737. So the chart will eventually kind of, I think, look something like this. Consolidate, and then it'll start to push back up, inevitably to 737. I think that's more than likely what we're going to see on this chart. So trade that smart, trade that safe. If you're not in the Discord getting access to our premium alerts, you're missing out. Once again, this trade alone would have made you enough to buy a damn house, put a down payment on a house. I only put a couple grand into my trade and I made 100 because we had a 2,400% return on that options trade. The equity trade was about 400%. So if you can't justify the cost, then you're just kicking yourself in the nuts, and that's no fun. So don't do that. So absolutely crushed NVIDIA trades, hit every single price target. I've been updating this every week. No excuse to not make money. No excuse not to trust this analysis at this point. I'm going to put a little link in there for those of you that aren't members so that you can get a little bit of a love price there. If you follow this link, you'll get, I believe it's 20% off right off the bat for the 90-day membership, which means you get the full trading education package and you get access to every single section of alerts. You just got to follow that link there. I just put it in the chat. Looks like this. Just follow that exact link. It'll automatically have the discount. We'll get you taken care of and get you making some money, because if you're not making money in this market, it's just ridiculous. So let's get on to Tesla so we can answer my man Chan's question. Let me pull this up. His question was, hey, Austin, I have a Tesla 315, 235 call. I'd like to know your suggestions, please. So we talked about this with Tesla, guys. Remember, we were talking about waiting, right? So we got this fake out breakout here. where it popped up. Everyone thought this is our long-term trending resistance. This has to break. This one right here. This big blue line. Until we break above that, we're not going to see a breakout. What happened? It sold off, came below our identified support 204, which means we're bearish, right? We came down and found support right here, just like we did off past price action, 180. So you can see a pretty decent area of consolidation here above 182. So it's holding there. Great. Let's see if it holds there. We're not buying here, right? This is our long-term trend support. We are not buying here. This is no man's land. You either buy the breakout or you buy at a safer position or you buy support. We're not doing that. We're not buying this risk. We're going to buy safety. So here's what we're going to do. If we see Tesla continue to press up, we're going to wait until we break above this very thick green line right here at about 204 and change, right? We are going to watch until we get that confirmation on at least the 30-minute chart, meaning a candle pushes above, closes above, and the next candle stays above there. That's what we want. Why do we want that? Well, if you look in the past times we've interacted with this area, 205 or so, came down to 182, just like we did over there, broke up. Once we got confirmation right here, imagine we loaded up the calls there. Boom. Immediately goes up to 230s, comes down, comes down, comes down, comes down until we saw all-time high on Tesla 421. So here's what we're waiting for, and here's why we're waiting for it. 2, 1, 2, 3 different times when we've interacted with this 204 level, this very thick green line, right? We have ripped and gone to 260 plus. Even further, we gone to 300 plus. These thick green lines, these two right here, that's my real range, right? I've highlighted a couple other price levels, but this is the bottom and the top of my range. So let me put that there for you. Ooh, I like the way they do that text now instead of the pop-up box. So that line is the bottom. This line is the top, right? So that's the range we're looking at. When we break up into the bottom of this range, once again, remember this strategy is so simple. A 12-year-old could follow it. If you can draw 2 lines, you can make money. So if we break up right here, again, we break above this and we see that candle close on the 30-minute or more, right? So use the hourly or the 30-minute. We see when these hourly candles break up and close right there, huge bearish engulf there, right? You should have seen that move coming. Once we stabilize above this, that's when I'm more than likely going to go long on Tesla. Now, it's still a risk because if you look at this, we still haven't broken this descending resistance. But I'm confident that once we stabilize here, we're going to consolidate for a while, and then we're going to break it, and we're going to head back to the 260s. So that's how I'm trading that. Now, to answer your question on what should you do with the 235 call, there's a decent amount of risk because you've really only got a month and a half of expiration. That theta, since you're out of the money, is going to start eating away at that contract. If it's me, I'm going to close that out and take what I can get, and I'm going to hold on to that money so that I can buy a better position in Tesla when it's ready, rather than buying before the move happens and taking that additional layer of risk. I wouldn't do that if that's just me. Depends what your position's like. I don't know. Maybe you're green on it. If I'm green on it, here's what I'm doing. I'm going to close that out for a profit. I'm going to, again, to go back to the chart, I'm going to wait until we get consolidated close above 200. Then I'm going to buy a better, the strike you bought, I like. The expiration, too soon. I would want at least 6 months to a year. Personally, I'm going to try to go leaps. I'm going to open up a spread, and I'm going to close the short once I think this thing's going to break out. And I'm going to document the whole trade in Discord. So if you're not in there, make sure you get in there. That's where I'm going to be posting everything. But basically, I think that there's a lot of risk because that expiration is so near that this contract could get destroyed. And then in March, it could go to 220, right? And you're still losing money because theta has absolutely burned you to the ground. So take that with a grain of salt. That's what I do, and wait for a better opportunity to take a better position. But that's just me. Take it for what it's worth. So that's Tesla. And the last one I wanted to talk about was it's going to be Microsoft. It's not going to be Apple. Excuse me. Absolutely booming. For those of you that are in the Discord, you took my passive options play. We are currently up about 24, 25%. All we did was we've been taking a spread out every week, and we've nailed it with Microsoft 4 weeks in a row. Microsoft spreads have paid us at least $400. If you want to know how, you feel free to ask me how. I'll get you the access. That Microsoft trade has been phenomenal. We are bullish on Microsoft in the long term. We added it to our long-term portfolio quite a while ago. So you are up. We were adding back in 22. So you're up almost 100% at this point if you added the equity with us. But as far as the options trades go, every Friday on our live trading stream, I've been taking one options credit spread a week, and we have won for 13 weeks consecutively to the tune of $200 plus profit on each trade, some of them up to 500. So basically for 13 weeks, I made at least $200 on those options trades. You do the math. Let's go 13 times 200. So I've made $2,600 by clicking two buttons once a week and not looking at it at all. Passive options is definitely the way to go. It's one element of this. It's not the whole thing. It's one element. In anything you do in life, you try to be in a relationship with someone and all you care about is one element, sex, you're never going to be good in a relationship, right? Important component, but it's not the whole thing. Trading is the same way. It's the exact same way. If your focus is only on active day trades that are going to make you a quick little buck right here and there, then you're going to get killed in the long term and you have nothing sustainable. Your time is incredibly valuable. Leverage it. You have money. Put that money to work so that while your time is elsewhere, it's still making you money. That's what these trades do for us. I put this $500 on the line with Microsoft on this credit spread as it continues to break out, right? Look how smart this trade was. We found a new range, new high. We're on the weekly chart here, right? So I got weekly confirmation that it's going to stay above 370, and now it's just continuing to push. That was a brilliant trade. We did it right here. We did it again here, and now we're going to do it again here. So that's 3 weeks in a row with Microsoft made 450 the first week, 300 the second week. I'm up about I'd have to look right now and tell you how much I'm up right now, and I'm going to make more. But on this Microsoft trade, I'm currently up 150 so far. So I plan on this being another $200 plus week. So if you put that in perspective, I make $200 to $300 a week on a trade that takes no maintenance, zero, right? It's a trade we open on that stream together, and then we just let it disintegrate because we're selling premium. So that's $200 a week in passive income that I collect. That's the low end. I want 300 to 500, but again, great trades that make a ton of sense. Microsoft is looking great here. So let's get into it. Mike, if you could pop those tickers in the chat one by one, let's get into this wonderful game of Smash or Pass. We talk about the tickers that you want to see. I quickly chart them and decide whether or not the opportunity to go long is there. If it's not, we pass. If it is, we smash. That's the name of the game. So drop those tickers in the chat. All I ask you drop one at a time. And based on the amount that we get, I will do one per person and then continue through it as we have some more time. So drop those in the chat right now. Let's get started. My man Cools, what's up, baby? We got MO, Missouri, Altria Group. Interesting. Okay. So remember, we're just talking technicals here. We don't want to get too deep into the fundamentals of what the company does. I do think this is a good one. So here's what you have in your favor. Support, wow, 2014. So that's a pretty integral support. You've got it again there. And you've got it again there. So this is a pretty pivotal level. This could be nice for a position trade. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a smash and just be very mindful of your risk, because if it doesn't hold that level right there at 40, you just get out, no skin off your back, nothing but upside. I think that was a good find, my friend. That's what I think about that one. That was a good one. I like that. That was a good find, good chart. I think that makes sense. That's a pretty easy, like, make or break, walk away kind of trade where you just you buy, you set your stops, and you walk away, and you'll make some money. I think that's a good one. Good call. Good call. Starbucks. Yeah, Tick's been all over this one. I know he's been fiending for some upside here. Oh, you look like you're getting a little curl there on the weekly. So it's stocks, but he said stocks, but he's still a bear. Unbelievable. And I know I just got a message on Discord earlier If you wanted to use that indicator, if you're already in premium, you do get a discount, so keep that in mind. But I put the link right there. I know somebody sent me a DM in Discord. I'm sorry, I'll send it to you on Discord too, but that's the link right there. Just go to that link, see all the information. You can get signed up. For those of you that want the indicator, easy buy, sell, dynamic stop loss that calculates for you and adjusts with the trade so that you're never out to dry. But looking at the weekly chart, that's that. Let's look at the monthly. Still, it's decent over 91. Tick might finally have me. Yeah, let's go. Position trade. I'm gonna give it to you, my friend. This is a good, like the sex is good, but she's a psycho kind of trade. For Starbucks, over 91, it's great. Under 91, it's not. It's terrible. So get the hell out of there. But I do think that's a good one to take a look at. I'm going to give it to you, Tick, because I know you've wanted that one for a while, and I think that it's finally time. The real chin. Let's look at AMD. Boom, baby. So this is another one alerted in the Discord. Breakout over $100. You're up 70% right now. If you're not in the Discord, you missed out on a 70% return. Just do the math in your head. I could have bought 5 shares. I would have made 70%, which means I would have made 70 times 5. You'd have made $350 on this one trade. That's just one. If you're missing out, it's your own choice. We traded the breakout over 100, and then we traded the breakout over resistance right here. And now we're once again in blue sky territory. So for charts like this, you could just do a simple fib retracement off the most recent move to get an idea. 238 would be top line. I always shoot for middle, so I'd say 205 is the target, but I would trade that very carefully. On the daily chart, it does look like we're kind of hanging here, so I'm going to go ahead and pass personally because I've already taken this one, and I don't think the upside is there. By the way, dude, if you hit the like button 20 times, it just undoes the previous like. As much as I love you, and I love the tenacity. Okay. Let's get one from Mr. Happy Pow. Is this Colin Powell's company? Fun fact, I met this tailor this morning that's going to help me with a suit that he made suits for Obama. Blew my mind. Oh, fun announcement. I didn't even think about. For those of you that know me, will know how much this means to me. Friday, I am going to be at the New York Stock Exchange on the floor for the opening bell. I'm very hyped about that. I just realized it's kind of hitting me right now, and I had to get the suit ready. Like, holy shit, I'm going to be on the floor for the opening bell. So I'm excited, and I love you all because you guys are the reason that this is happening. It wouldn't be without this that I wouldn't have it. So my goal over the next year is to make you as filthy rich as possible, to thank you for that. And I'm going to do that through a blend of both long-term equities and long-term options. So make sure you're following my channels in the Discord. More importantly, make sure you're following this stream because this is where we're going to start to build the roadmap going forward. You get what you have by giving it away. And my goal is to basically open the books and give it all away so that you guys have it and make an egregious amount of money trading here with us. So to get back to it, Powell, P-O-W-L. This one is I'm seeing a lot of these where it's got a nice base and it's an easy make or break trade. So above 76, good. Below 76, bad. I mean, it's weird. A lot of charts are like this. Run if below 76. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wow. You guys are on it today. There's a lot of them. Holy shit. I'm going to do one per person at first. The Duke. Let's look up DraftKings, man. Oh, that one's actually making a turnaround. Let's go to the monthly chart and see how rough that is. Oh, wow. It's not as bad as I thought. That was a hell of a move from $10. I'm going to have to say pass, though. I think the next trade on this one is above 48. I think this could very well go to 48, but I don't like the risk reward here. Because I would say you either go down to 26 and below, or you go to 48. It's like, that's no good. It's too balanced. Like if we would have caught it here down to 31 with the stop below 28, I'd take it, but looks like we missed it. They can only kick you out once. Yeah, I know they can. I know they can, man. That's the goal, is not get kicked out as much as I want to do something egregious. All right, next. All right, I got to do Selloff because I was just talking about it with the team. It's going to be a pass until we break that 1022, and then it's going to be balls to the wall. So far, just waiting for the moment. It's a pass for now, but it's a smash forever. I think that is going to be a big trade that we're going to take and we're going to crush. I really like that one. It's just right now, it's just not the time. We need to see that move, and we need to have this in position. Shopify, very interesting. Already in it. Super green. This one we bought, again, there's another trade. We bought at $30. You've more than doubled your money. You've almost tripled your money at this point. Easy trade that if you'd bought 10 shares for $3,000, you would have made $4 or $5 grand. Down payment on a car, just for reference point, or pays your mortgage for a few months. So if you're not in premium, get your ass in there. Off that double bottom setup, easy money, easiest setup in the books. No trade here yet. I think I'm still holding long, but there's really no trade until we get to 95. So unfortunately, it's a pass for me right now. We crushed it, but it's just a pass on entry now. Yeah, DJ. Yeah, dude, just hit me up. You can just shoot me a DM on Discord or something. I'll get you plugged in. I did post the link a little earlier. Stocksbuddy.com/trading view. That's where you want to go. Unless you're already in premium, then you want to get the premium one, because then you can also get paid for anybody that signs up with your link. So get that stuff going. Let's look. I want to pound through these and do at least one per person. D2 Disney, we already in it. We already on one. We're in that. Look at that. That's our range, baby. This is a monthly chart. Keep that in mind, right? This was our range. Bottom of our range was 91. Top of our range is 119. Let's see if Stocksbite turned over. Yes, it did. Got an earlier entry than we did. We bought in the breakout back into the range. We added equity and options, and we are green on both. So that one's a hard smash for me, though. We already smashing that one. It's already happening. We already smashing that one. Great trade overall. It's going to make us a nice bit of money. That was my next big one. I think is going to really pay us handsomely. All right, I'm trying to do one per person, so I'll just skip through a few. Derek, what's up, baby? GCT. Never even heard of that one. You guys find these weird tickers I didn't even know were real. GigaCloud Technology. That sounds super interesting. That sounds like some shit that's going to make some money. It does look. I would wait for the handle. I mean, even though you did get a little bit of a handle right there. Little cuppy handle there. Boom, boom. That pattern played out perfectly from 8. This one is just, I'm unfortunately, as interesting as this is, and I need to look into this company because it just sounds like something that's going to make money. Anything cloud, and plus it's got Giga in it, so it just kind of gets me going. Breakout over 27 would be nice, because that's where we really struggled there. And then you got upside, but fortunately, I think there's too much risk right here for me. So that's more of an unfortunate head down pass. So sorry about that. It's unfortunate. It's just chart's too new. We don't have enough data, and I am going to look deeper in that company, because just the name alone is really getting me going. But I really think that it looks pretty interesting right now. Okay, I think that's all of them. So let me go through and double up on some of these. Mr. Happy's asking about Chewy. Yeah, that was Chewy. Oh, as ugly as this chart is, this might be something worth looking at for a position trade. I would take a little more risk, though. I would say $2 risk. I mean, if you want to go balls to the wall, take $3 risk for, oh, that's decent reward. All right, keep your eyes peeled on the Discord. I might be popping an alert out for this one. This could be interesting. This could be very interesting, actually. I do like that it's just barely hanging on there because this is an easy cut bait trade. You guys can understand what I'm talking about there? It's like there's a clearly defined level where if it breaks below, we're just done. But it also gives us power in that we can just buy it and set the stop automatically and then not even worry about it. It's one you could just buy, not worry, watch, make money on. And if you don't make money, then you got out before it fell into oblivion. Because look, if it goes below that green line there, 16, 17, more than likely it's going to come down like 10, 11 bucks. You'd be down 50%. Nobody likes that. So you lose, 15, 20%. If it hits, then you make 30, 40%. So the whole goal is to risk less than 1 to 3, or risk at least 1 to 3. So you risk $1 to make 3. You don't want to ever go beyond that. You don't want to risk $1 to make $1.10. Like that's just pointless. You want to risk $1 to make 3. And this chart, I think, does. Yeah, it might be. I don't know if Lee already talked about this one in Rest and Retire. I don't want to double up, but that one's pretty interesting. Look at that. Look at that. That's my guy. That's beautiful, man. I'm really happy for you. That's the goal. Just we wanted to build tools and we wanted to walk you through it. That's what we want. I want you guys just making money. It's all I give a shit about at the end of the day. If you're not making money, we're not doing our job. So we need to make sure that we give you whatever you need to do that. All right, we're going to do one more. LLY, Mr. DJ Wilson. You want Lily. This one I actually took some leaps on and then closed them. I was buying leaps. When we broke out here, I bought some leaps at 540 and I just closed them because I panicked. I really panicked. All right, so 645. This thing is just a monster. Oh wow. Oh, I still see more upside, but it's just so ridiculous. I mean, look at that chart. It just scares the hell out of me. This thing has just kept going. But I'd say if you just follow the trend, I mean, this is not one I'd really want to be taking a position on, but I'd say above trend line, you're good. Just when it breaks, get the hell out of there. If you get a little bounce right here, that might be an opportunity to buy some and ride this wave as far as it's going to go, but it's just absolutely booming from here. I'd say that, look, here's the risks, in my opinion, that I see with Eli Lilly is like if that Ozempic stuff comes out that it's going to kill people or something, or there's some drawn out side effect that no one is predicting, it's going to destroy the company. I will also tell you that I have on good authority that they are building some insane production facilities in my backyard to basically scale up production of a number of their drugs. I've seen they've also rebranded to like a medicine company. I think they're going to take a new angle. They're going to forward split and their stock's going to explode because they're getting with the times. They also have the Lilly Foundation, who I know someone that's pretty high up there on the consulting ladder that basically told me a number of things that are kind of unbelievable to think. They're definitely monopoly, in my opinion. They have too much power and too much money, but that's neither here nor there. So I'd say it's a I would say that's what I have to say about that. I can't say no because the chart is just all up and it warrants it. Just draw that trend line out so that you have it. Or if you don't, if you have stocks, buddy, put it on like the hourly and just follow it religiously because you can see that it nails it every time, right? Give you a buy at 626. It already went to 646. You could take those $20, $30 moves. Actually, I'd say the 4 hour will probably suit you best. Those are going to be the most consistent moves. So 616, 640 is 45 bucks. Then another one, 622. There's another 420 bucks. So, and then you get big moves like this, 519 to 620. You made $100 a share. So it's like 20% on a huge company. So I would take that into consideration, and that's kind of how I trade those. So I love y'all. Stay blessed now. You have a good night. I want to keep this short, tight, and tender so you can get it and get out. I'm around in the Discord, Big Quench. Just shoot me a message. I love y'all. Stay blessed now. Bye-bye.